Good morning. In this video, we will see how to use the Kinum Client Portal. Before we start, let us quickly understand the Step 2 and the Step 3 services to avoid any confusion when using our portal. Step 2 is a fixed fee service, also called the Connect service. You buy a batch of accounts in advance and there is no other fee involved. We will send 5 collection demands to your debtor and they clearly understand that their accounts is in collections now. You keep 100% of the amount collected and debtors pay directly to you. In step 2, you control the process. So accounts can be stopped, paused, or reinstated by you at any time. Please keep us updated when an account pays in full or makes a partial payment so that Kinum is able to send all future demands with the correct balance. If a, if a dispute arises in step 2, you work with the debtor directly. Or you can forward this account to step 3 if you want Kinum to handle the account. Step 3 is also called the collect service. This is a contingency fee service, means Kinum keeps a percentage of the amount collected mentioned in your agreement and remits the remaining amount back to you. During this process, a professional debt collector will start calling your debtor to recover your money. We can also do credit bureau reporting in step 3 if you want. Now, accounts in step 3 cannot be stopped by you as Kinum controls the process, but do inform us of any updates or payments received by you from the debtor so that Kinum can raise invoice for our portion. Kinum is legally entitled for its share even if the debtor pays you directly. Once an account is assigned to Kinum, step 3 process, if the debtor contacts you directly, they should be referred back to Kinum at 1-888-281-1750, even if they agree to make payments. Now, let us go to kinum.com. See this link, Client Portal? Click on this. Enter your username and password. This is the dashboard view and gives you an overall picture how our collection efforts are going on. To enter an account, click on the Add Accounts tab. You may see some forms on the left hand side. Standard commercial is to submit a B2B accounts for collection if your debtor is a business entity. So if you have a commercial debt and you do not have this form, please tell your Kinum rep to get this added. Standard consumer. This form is used when your debtor is an individual, means this is a B2C collections. Medical consumer form is used if you are a medical professional and you need to collect from patients. If your account is connected to only one form, you will directly come to this forms page. Fields marked in red asterisks are mandatory, others are optional. However, please provide maximum information possible. So please select the product carefully. Step 2 or step 3. Let us select step 2. Debtor name, SSN, date of birth. So even though debtors' SSN and date of birth are optional fields, they are really helpful in debt collection. They are needed for skip tracing, means they help in finding the latest address and phone number of the debtor. At least one of them is mandatory if you have instructed Kinum to do credit reporting in step 3. So if you have one or both, please provide us. Enter the address. So once you enter a zip code, the city and the state will automatically be populated. You can always edit if any correction is required. Enter the debtor phone, home phone or cell phone. Select the home phone. Description of service. Description of service is a 1 or 2 line summary of the debt. It is useful for our debt collectors to understand briefly what this case is about. For example, treatment was provided on such and such date. They agreed to make payment in 3 installments. They made the first payment and then they were unreachable. Like this. There are two additional fields on the medical form that we are not seeing here. They are the patient's first name and last name. Sometimes the debtor name can be different from the patient name. For example, if the patient is a minor, their parents may be the actual debtors who had agreed to pay the bill. Account number. This is your internal account number. Example QAZ 123. For example, if you're using CRM or a billing software and you want to search accounts by that CRM ID, enter it, else leave blank. Search box is located on the top. You can search by debtor's first name, last name, the CRM ID, and Kinum will also generate an account ID. Once this account is submitted, you can search by that Kinum ID as well. So, date of service. This is the date when the service was provided last time. What was the total bill? Interest charged? Zero. Only if you have a signed contract with the debtor that interest can be charged, enter that, otherwise leave it zero. Fee charged. Kinum does not allow collection fee to be added to the amount due. This is because too many states and even courts do not allow collection fee to be added, even if you have a signed contract with your debtor. Moreover, your debtors may come from different states or may even move from state A to state B. So, to protect our clients from any legal complication, we do not allow collection fee to be added. Payments. These are the payments you received before assigning account to Kinum. So, Kinum is going to collect on $1,000. Date of delinquency is the date when they were supposed to pay you, but they did not. Select files to attach. Let me show you why providing documentation to Kinum is really helpful. This is our debt validation letter. All collection agencies are supposed to send a debt validation letter to their debtors. So you see this section over here. So starting November 2021, government has made it really easy to dispute a debt. All they need to do is check this box over here and send this portion to us, and now the account is disputed. Till the account remains disputed, it remains paused. We must provide them the documentation in a stipulated time frame, else we will have to close this account. So as you can expect, we are getting a lot of disputes these days. So if you have the documentation handy, please give it to us, especially if you're submitting account to step 3. If you do not have this file handy, you can always provide it later on after this account is submitted, or just in case debtor disputes this debt. Press I agree or press the create button. Account successfully created. So click on this accounts tab. Let's say these are all the accounts that you have submitted. Let's click on a debtor. So if you go under the products tab, you would see this account as in step 2. If you need to stop, pause, or reinstate this data, you can use this portion over here. And since this account is in step 2, you are in control of the process. These accounts can be started and stopped at any time. So any documents that you've uploaded would come here. Now, let us say you have received a payment. So you see this payment button on top. Click on this. Let's say a payment of $500. So you just reported a payment of $500. Now there are several other buttons located on the right hand side, and these are to manage the debt. So these accounts, add debt, add product, report disputed debts, these three buttons, don't use them unless and until your sales rep specifically tells you how to use them. Uh, then there is report bankruptcy in case you've received a bankruptcy notice from your debtor, if your debtor has deceased. Attach documents. So, in case you hadn't attached the documents when you were submitting the account, you can always attach them now. And if you received a dispute, if this account is in step two, then uh, and you intend to move it to step three, then attach the documents and our debt collector would take care. Otherwise, you can directly resolve the dispute with the debtor. So let's say I would like to attach the document and I select this. I attached the document, and if you have already if you had already provided us the document, and this looks completely fine, there is no need to attach the document again. Click on post a note, type balance confirmed, move to step three. So whatever note you post on this account will be reviewed by our backend team, and they would move this account from step 2 to step 3. It'll get assigned to a debt collector and they will take care of this account. So to save this note, press the create button. Done. Let us see another account that is currently in step 3. So this one, you see under the products tab, it says step 3. So the process of posting payment, reviewing the documents, attaching documents is the same. Now, if you receive a dispute on a step 3 account, again review the documents and then post a note, balance confirmed. Create button, done. Our backend team would review the documents you have provided, and since you have confirmed the balance, they would share the documents with the debtor and the collection process would resume. Now, this post note feature is a really handy tool. So, for example, if a step 3 debtor contacts you and he says, I'm willing to settle this account for a lower balance, or can you please remove me from collections? Tell them that this is not in our hands anymore. Please contact Kinum at 1-888-281-1750 and use this poster note feature to tell us that the debtor contacted you and he was willing to settle. There are some other things that you should always let us know. For example, you received a letter from debtor's attorney, say they are disputing the case. So please click on post note and type it and press the create button, and our backend team would take the appropriate action. So next thing, click on reports, statements and invoices. This is the demo portal, so there are no invoices, but you will see statements of various months like March, February, January. So this is how the statement looks like, how much amount has Kinum collected, how much amount has been paid directly to you, and maybe Kinum needs to invoice for their portion of the money. To see the details of the invoice, click anywhere on the statement. A window will pop up from the right hand side. Click on the collection statements, download, and you can see the debtor level detailed data, which accounts had received the payment to you or to Kinum. We request you to check this section frequently, and in case you need to make any payment to Kinum, please do that promptly. Next, client inventory. If you click on this generate button, it'll download an Excel file with all the list of accounts and their status. Tools, manage users. In this section, if you are the only user using the portal, that's fine. But if you require additional logins, You can do that using manage users. Upload file. This is when you have to upload a batch of accounts, and you would click on new upload, select new assignments, say description 20 accounts for step 3, or step 2 or 3. So this is a sample Excel spreadsheet. This is the demo data. You can remove the demo data and fill with your information. So you see this link, you need to click on this, and this link essentially authorizes Kinum to send a final invoice on your behalf if needed. This is required only if you're using the upload debtors functionality. We require this authorization only once. So if you a few days later you come back again and you're uploading another sheet, no need to do the authorization part again. So you would select file and you would upload the, the spreadsheet we were just working on, and that's it. Now, the last tab, action needed. If you're using only the step 3 product and not the step 2 product, you don't need to do anything in this section. Means, so this is basically the transfer queue. Accounts that have completed the step 2 service can be moved to step 3 using this transfer queue over here. So if you are set up for automatic transfer based on your contract, then you don't need to do anything. Then your account would get transferred over from step 2 to step 3 after a certain wait period, example 15 days. For example, you don't want to move these 3 accounts to step 3, you would say stop selected. If you are set up for authorized transfer, means manual transfer, then these accounts are not going to go anywhere. They're just going to sit in this queue, and you can review these accounts. For example, these 4 accounts, you click on that, say resume selected, and these accounts will get transferred over to step 3, and others would just keep staying here in the queue. We recommend that you log in to your client portal every week, check out statements and invoices, see how much amount Kinum has collected and the amount you're going to receive, or if there is any invoice from Kinum for their share, then submit any new accounts if required. And additional important thing, so in case there are accounts that have been disputed, rather than waiting for Kinum, since you're going to log in every week, so click on accounts, debts, and you see this debt status drop down. Click on this, look for statuses, uh, dispute received, required upload documentation, move this account to step 3, and click on those statuses. A list of accounts will appear here, and you go to each account and review them. If you need to upload a backup documentation, please do. Type balance confirmed. So that's pretty much how to use the client portal. But before we end, I would like to show you a a web page, kinumorders.com/tutorial. So these are several short PDF tutorials on topics that we have covered, and there are some very helpful links. For example, ACH direct deposit link. How should Kinum remit money to you? We recommend that we deposit money in your bank account. So rather than sending you a physical check, the physical check can be lost in transition. Once it reaches your office, it can be misplaced. There is also a settle in full link. So means if a step 3 debtor agrees to settle an account for a lower percentage, we have your authorization. So there are times when a debtor might say, why don't you take 80% and close this account? Otherwise, I'm not paying anything. In that case, we might accept his offer. It's better to collect 80% than collect nothing. So, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, please contact us or your sales rep. Thank you for your time today. Have a great day. Bye.